Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of our program in the Spotlight with Solange Guzman. The program where you start unknown and finish unforgettable. On today's show, we have a special guest, which is the reason, part of the reason why I am here today with you all. Is a person who introduced me to meet this wonderful crew. She is from the rural area, Tabakit, and she is a person, one of the most person that I ever met in my life, dedicated to the sport, giving back, always something positive to the community. And well, let me introduce you to Desiree. Hi Desiree, how you doing?
Hi, Solange.
Are you nervous?
Not anymore.
Well, Desiree from Tabaki area and environments. She's employed with the Ministry of Sport, doing a lot of programs. So, what can you tell me about your program in your area?
Right now, I'm working on a youth football development program. It's targeting 4 communities in the Tabaki district, which is Tabaki itself, Brothers Road and Sisters Road, and San Pedro. So we're in the process of looking to launch in March, but we have a few things to finalize before we launch in March. So mainly it's that. I'm also working on a badminton program, which is supposed to be launched in March as well. I'll be doing that with a coach from Yarrow, as well as you, Solange.
Don't
Yes,
leave me out.
yes, will not.
Well, I know that you always doing a lot of programs and projects at the same time. So I would like to know how challenging it is for you to keep up and to be always there for your community, your family, your work. I know you are an overall sporting woman, but it takes a lot of commitment. So how challenging it is for you?
It is challenging because I've been involved in some other groups, and due to the demand of these programs, which I think is more important in terms of my community, I had to drop out of some of these groups so that I could focus on the programs that I'm doing with work balance and work. School is, I'm a final year, so it's a lot of reading and a lot of projects, so I had to leave some things out for the while and focus on the ones that I think was more important to me.
And what did you like more? Did you like to implement programs on in your community, or to coach athletes, or to develop teachers? What do you enjoy more in your portfolio?
I actually enjoy the coaching more, working with young people, not adults, the young people.
So actually you like to introduce the sport to the young
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that aspect.
That is great. Yeah. Well, which are your expectations for this year in the sport?
But this year, my expectation is to actually see a proper club develop in my area, in my district, in the communities and them, to have a proper functioning club, to have more youth taking part in 2 sporting disciplines, which is football and badminton, and to a lesser extent get them involved in track and field, because I was involved in track and field from small, had to drop out, but I want to get them involved in those sports for now.
Okay. Do you practice any sport before? Which is your favorite sport?
Track and field, of course. I never played badminton. I was only introduced to badminton through TTOC Shape the Community program, and from then I started to enjoy the program. I saw myself in terms of coaching of fundamental, of introducing it to the younger ones, so that I could send them on to somebody else who are working at the club level.
Yeah, well, I have to say that I have seen you playing badminton, and you do have some skills, but you know, the way how I see you conducting programs. Remember when we used to work in Miaro
Yeah.
and so on. It's like you have this passion to introduce the sport to the kids. Tell me, how do you feel inside of you when you actually see a child learning something that you teach him?
Actually, I feel good. I feel happy. And well, I can't really describe the feeling, but in terms of I knowing that they actually doing something, because I realize in these in our rural areas most times people don't recognize us. It's hard to get a coach to come from Port of Spain
Yeah.
to come in these areas. So most of the time we have talents that go unhidden. These people them just grow, the kids just grow up and eventually they don't excel or take part. So by doing this program, it gives them the opportunity to actually grow in the sports and maybe reach podium level. So I can say, yes,
Yeah.
I work with that child from small.
Yeah.
So,
So in terms of community, how your community supports you in your endeavors? Are you getting a good response from you within your community?
we still live in a community where people are still to themselves, but in terms of the ones, I do have a team that actually works with me on a regular basis. So sometimes it's really from Brothers Road. I have a few friends I made in Tabakit from the other groups. So when I have a program coming up, I'll like call them and say, okay, we have this program coming up. I need your help, and they will be there.
So how how far would you like to see the sport in your community, the development of sport in your community? Would you like to see more coaches, more development program, more support from the Ministry of Sport?
Yes, I would like to see more support from the ministry as well as from the community. I think the community needs to get back more active in giving and sponsoring and in these projects and programs. So I would like to see that.
So Desiree, how do you see the sport development here in TNT, country-wise?
I think more should be done in terms of trying to reach out to those areas that is difficult for someone to travel outside of the community due to hours, the traffic, school time. So more should be done of actually carrying sport to the communities, and that should start by actually training coaches or volunteers in the in those communities.
Yeah, in fact, that is something that always kept my attention, the way how our teachers introduce the sport in the schools and so on. I believe that how we're supposed to have more coaches and teachers, people willing to contribute to the sport. And I think that the ministry should contribute a little bit more on that. So now, internationally, how do you see the image of the sport in Trinidad on the international arena?
Well, most of the time I look at it in terms of sports, you might see Trinidad now and well, football,
Yeah.
more track and field. But recently I see they start to promote sport more, say start to see badminton, hockey and those things being highlighted. But it needs to have more type of programs like this or 3-year program highlighting these different sports, like when our teams are going outside, even when they are training here, because people hardly know about some of these other sports.
Yeah, yeah, that is the reason why I have this program today, because I really want to promote those not so popular sport in Trinidad, because I have been everywhere in this country, so I know that there is a lot of talent. I know that there is a lot of younger athletes that needs to be promoted, and unfortunately our system just put their eyes on you afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's why we are here today, trying to contribute. So when someone gets to the international arena, when someone gets a medal, so we can say, okay, well, we help out this person to reach their full potential. Okay, well, is there any message that you want to send to the sporting community, to your people in Tabaki? Say hi, mama, hi, papa.
Well, what I like to say is that it starts at home, and giving back, starting small, it will help in a long run in helping a child be able to accomplish their passion and excel in that. So I think giving back and your dedication is something we should consider.
So, is there any message that you want to send to the youngest athletes? based on your experience?
In terms of them, take advantage of whatever program or activities that the community is offering, and have a voice. Ask for programs. Ask for if you feel you want a gymnastic program. Let your voice be heard and use it in a positive way to get positive things in your community.
Well, we have something new in our program. I guess that I'm going to implement that with you. You know, I'm Spanish, so therefore all my invitees, they have to say one word in Spanish and the meaning of it in English. But it cannot be sí, obviously, that is yes, or gracias, that is thank you. So say something.
Ciao.
Ciao, that is my word. Ciao means in English.
I think it's later. See you later, something so.
Yeah, ciao means bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here today. I feel like my beginning here in Trinidad, and remember when we did the badminton caravan, that was an amazing experience. Well, friends, that is it for today. Looking forward to see you next week. Until then, keep good, keep happy, be blessed. I see you, and remember to stay tuned for another edition of this, our program, In the Spotlight with Solange, the program where you start unknown and finish unforgettable. See you. Ciao.